Boom. Hey internet. Got a question from Bobby October. And he said, do you feel it's necessary to move to a fashion capital like LA or New York to submerge yourself in fashion industry and developing your brand in hopes of becoming successful to be respected by the industry as a premier brand? Great question, and I do get this from time to time. Like when I speak at Phenom in San Diego, I tell them that they're probably going to have to move to LA. So I'm going to cover, let's do this. I'm going to cover my fashion school students, which is a growing population on the channel. Welcome, welcome. So if you're in fashion school, my answer is you're going to have to move to a bigger city and possibly LA and New York to get that first job or your first real probably paying job. Also, probably you have a higher probability of getting a deeper experience in a fashion brand. Now that's just kind of generally speaking. There are outliers and kind of standalone companies, in remote parts of the U.S. I'm talking about the U.S. Domestically. So my typical answer if I'm speaking at a school is yes, you're going to have to move to one. Now, the real crux of your question, Bobby, is to launch a brand, you need to do it. And my answer to that is no. In fact, as technology and the different things that are available to us, via technology, internet, and the resources and companies continuing to innovate in all the different pieces that you need, I think it's easier and easier to have a remote company or have it in a market or a city that's not, the ones that you think of, such as LA and New York. So I'm waiting for someone to be in a remote town and just create a super dope, game-changing line, and I think that's definitely going to happen. I do think it's possible. I think the logistical problem, to go deeper into your question, I think the logistical problems that are going to occur happens with a lot of students or Phenom Nation heads that kind of contact me, is just getting like nitty-gritty things such as production, right? So if you're limited to like 2 screen printed houses and they can't do an all-over print or an oversized print or something like that, that's where it gets kind of tricky, and you're going to have to find sort of the nearest resources. So, but all things that could kind of be mended, and you can find a solution to it. It's just going to take a lot more due diligence to find all those things that you need. But again, it's not it's not the resources you don't have, it's how resourceful you can be, right? Is my general answer to creating the answers to those questions. But that's going a little bit farther than the answer to your questions. But no, I think you can crack off a dope line in a remote city, and I think it would be really great to have an embrace of that city within the line, because now you can get really good with the storytelling of your brand via wherever you're from. Hope that helps. You guys, if you have any other questions, you thought about questions while I was rattling off this answer, just drop them down below. Do you have an experience that you want to share about not being in LA, New York, or a big city? Drop it all down below. Follow the kid on social media when you get a sec, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.